Hey guys. Hey guys. Welcome to another episode of Hello World with your girl Joy from Be the Difference Clothing. What's going on, y'all? Hope you're doing well. I hope that all things are new for you and lovely and wonderful. First I need to do is see if I'm buffering. So let me go and check that. Let me see. Let me see. No buffering here. Hey, Evilise, how you doing? Hey, Dr. Jazz, how y'all doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you guys are doing well. Evilise, how you been? How you been? So, if you guys haven't already seen the community post, I'm gonna be on the Information Man show around 4:30 today. So not too long from now. So yeah, that should be exciting and fun to do. So hopefully you guys can join. You're great. I'm okay. I'm still like recovering. I'm not 100%, but I'm still here doing my thing. And it's good to see you. Though I probably shouldn't have started eating gum, y'all. This is a fresh pack. But anyway, don't forget, guys, to like, subscribe, share, turn on your notification bells. If you can, give me a thumbs up or down. Whichever one you prefer to do is fine by me, and it's completely up to you. Everybody's entitled to their free will, and we all have to respect that and embrace it. Thank you. Me too. Let me tell you how my day went. So I woke up this morning and I didn't go anywhere. I didn't do anything. I haven't gone anywhere. I just was trying my best to drink all of the Gatorade that I bought last night. And at times it was great, and then I don't know. It's just you gotta hydrate yourself. Whatever you do, just hydrate yourself. Keep yourself hydrated, no matter what. Hydration keeps you fluid or moving. So that's definitely something that we have to do. I figured let me go live now before so I can tell you guys about the interview. And also, I was on TikTok just a minute ago, and it's just interesting when you see different things on the feeds, and they all ended up saying the same thing, which is about the topic of let go. So let's just get right on into it. Let go. A lot of times we constitute letting go with people, when all along it could be you needing to let go of you. It goes back to the fact and the idea that maybe you haven't worked on yourself. Maybe you haven't noticed the little intricacies and the defects in your own self. Maybe you haven't worked out that previous hurt from your childhood. It's like when we hear something negative, when we hear something that sounds negative or we deem as negative, we always look outside. When in fact, sometimes we need to look inside. We should always look inside first before we start looking outside to point fingers. Because pointing fingers is so easy to do, and we do it so lovely. We do it to perfection. And the greatest satisfaction of saying, you did it. It's you, and never me. Or sometimes we can say, it's you. Yeah, it can be me sometimes, but it's you. How many people are really willing to put in the work to find out what you do in order to acknowledge the fact that we need to let go of some of the internal things. Sometimes it's the thinking, a lot of times it's the state of mind, a lot of times it's what we believe. Some things that we believe does not serve our purpose. People that we surround ourselves with do not serve our purpose. People we're connected to family-wise do not serve our purpose. But you have to figure out why this is such a thing for you. Maybe they absolutely do serve a purpose, but it's you that are not in the receptive mode to receive exactly what you need. So it's about you. It's about you. It's never about anyone else. It's about you. How can you grow if you never deal with you? Hey, Books, how you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. It's not you against the world. It's you against your world. You are the world, and you are the world that presents your portion of the world to the rest of everyone else. You know, I remember the song back in the day, We Are the World. It should be, You are the world. You are the people. You are the one to make a brighter day. So just start living. How free do you guys want to be? I mean, there's plenty of things that can help us get to freedom, but how free do you want to be? If you want to be free, start working inside and let go of those things that do not serve you. You can't be thinking in a childlike temperament for an adult-like body. Just so you guys know, Hello World is all about us thinking differently. We're not here to argue with each other, to say like who's right or wrong. It's just for us to think differently, to have conversations, and maybe be like, you know what? I never quite thought about it that way. That's what Hello World's purpose is. Because ultimately, if we can work out what's going on in here, then more things that flow out of our mouths will be beautiful and helpful to you first and then everyone else. I have a hard time of letting go of my childhood. And that's hard. And I mean, that's right there where your transformation starts happening. The only way you can overcome anything is if you put it out there to yourself and admit it. If we can't admit things, then how can we move on? And Jazz, you're not alone, because I think all of us collectively have some childhood things that we need to let go. Some things we bury deep, 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 deep within. Other things we have just overlooked. I was watching a TikTok yesterday, and this guy was talking about how his father was abusive to him and his mother. And the one trigger that stuck with him was he wanted sympathy from his dad, and his dad beat him up instead of giving him sympathy and said, you will never get sympathy from me. He did not allow that to destroy him. Because when he saw that his child was looking to him for that same exact thing, it reminded him of what being a present father is all about. So he broke that curse. Working on yourself will break so many curses. The curse that we put on ourselves, like that doubt. The curses that we put on ourselves that never amount to anything, not good enough. The curses that we put on ourselves that is everyone else and not me. The curses that we put on ourselves, like remember yesterday, that's just who I am. If you're not willing to grow, how you gonna let go? How you gonna let go if you're not willing to grow? Hey, Forever Lisa, how you doing? Welcome to Hello World. I'm so glad I caught you live. You always have encouragement. No problem. And it's the same for me too, because it's like I have things that I gotta focus on too, of letting go. And it's not even about other people. At least I can seriously admit to myself that no one can do anything or has done anything to me that I probably did not allow or that I personally need to overcome. Triggers are only triggering when you need to work on things. Because if you worked on it, it doesn't bother you, right? So if I become your trigger, it's not me, but it's you screaming out to you about focusing on you to fix that incorrect coding because it no longer serves you. Same thing as if somebody says something, doesn't know me from Adam, Eve, or God, and it hits that nerve. I cannot blame where the source came from, but I have to focus on the nerve that it hit. Work on that nerve. Expose that nerve and never let that nerve be a part of my coding ever again. Because at the end of the day, if we don't have a purpose, you're just living. And like one of my quotes says, can't remember it right now. Gotta order one of the books to find it. I think it's something about, I'm paraphrasing, it's nothing worse than living a dead life. I don't mess it up, but it's one of those quotes. Basically, the quote is, you are living a dead life if you haven't followed your purpose. Paraphrasing a whole lot, but maybe you need to hear it literally like that. Let go of you. Bunk everybody else. Bunk everyone else who triggers you. It's you. It has nothing to do with anyone else but you. And as you are getting closer to your purpose, it comes more internally that you got to fix things. Who believes a half a lie? Not many people. How believable, all right, I'll turn it to me. How believable could I be if I walked around and pretended to be happy all the time, and then one day when you see me not so happy, you're like, oh. One thing, I knew it was like that. Second thing, I'll never listen to her again. But I've told you on plenty of occasions that I'm human and imperfection runs in and out of me. And I'm glad, because there's too much pressure to try to be perfect. And honestly, if you're perfect, you no longer need to be here on this planet because you figured it all out. The fact that we are still here, all the reasons to put our best foot. Exactly, Evilise. Everyone has their moment and have bad days. That doesn't mean you are a bad person. It's true. But the people who are looking for you to do your, looking out for your downfall are the ones that will criticize you the most and say, I knew it all along. Meanwhile, they have never focused on the fact that they have put so much negative into the atmosphere that they finally got their wish. They've manifested their wish and seen someone else downfall and then turn around and get to talk all of the things that they wanted to talk about that person for so long that they've been conjuring up in their soul, spewing vile talk. And all the while, they're dying even more and digging more and more and more of a hole in their soul and running further and further away from their purpose and their goals. Thank you, Jazz. Let me pin that. You will less likely want to see someone do bad or come to their demise if you are working on yourself. That is all it means, guys. Let go. Let go of your childhood scars. Let go of the traumas of, well, because this happened to me, it's going to happen X, Y, and Z whenever I see a certain thing, because that is the trigger. The mind is very intricate. And if we don't pay attention, we'll just be living. Aren't we all tired of just living and not really going anywhere? Hmm? We all, and I will repeat, we all have things that we need to let go in our lives, whether it stems from childhood or to even more today. We all have to let go of ourselves. Those parts of ourselves that are preventing us from being the full version of who we are capable of being. We have to. Those primitive ideas and thoughts and ideologies no longer work because they don't serve the specific purpose that you were birthed to do. How can God, your maker or your creator or whoever you believe in, work with you if you don't work on you? Oh, how can God, your maker, creator, or whoever believe in, work on you, work with you if you have not worked on you? He may jump in at certain parts because you're capable of doing something and just make you do something. But how much more strong and effective can you be if you try to do the work within on your own? Don't things work better when it's in submission? I'm not saying submission like somebody's your master, but I mean submission to the point where you're like, you know what? I'm going to just let things flow. Versus always having to be like, I'm ready on the go. What does ready on the go get you anyway? It makes you look like a fool most of the times, right? Doesn't it make us look like a fool most of the times? Like ready on the go, like for example, when I'm driving, I'll be ready on the go. Somebody cut me off. But who looks like the fool more? Because they're ahead of you and you're still behind, bobbleheading away. And what happens if somebody catches you bobbleheading away and then be like 3, 4, 5 weeks later or a year later, oh yeah, I remember you. Look like you was cussing somebody out when you were driving. But yet you're supposed to be inspirational. You see how that works? Hey, Miss Shelby, how you doing? What's going on? How you feeling? How you feeling? I hope you're feeling okay. The only person you can bully is you. And bullies do what? They make themselves look foolish, right? Of course. So isn't it time, guys, that we work on ourselves? Let go. Focus on you. Focus on the issues and the problems. Maybe you've created or maybe you haven't. But focus on how that needs to be resolved and ended. And it starts with you. Remember the socks that I made about, the Black History momentum? Everything always starts with you. Wake up so you can be fully aware that it starts with you. You sleepy? I hope the sleepiness goes away. Imagine, all right, let me paint a picture for you, a figurative. Let's just paint a picture. You've dreamed of having a glorious life, but up until now, you've never seen glory. But imagine if the glory started where you stopped. Stop doubting yourself. Stop letting things defeat you. Stop talking so bad about yourself. And you don't even have to talk bad about yourself to anyone else because you do it internally when you're thinking, oh man, I'm not good enough. I'm ugly. Nobody wants me. Or I'm just going to settle because it's just fun. I just want to settle at this job because it just pays the bill and I can't do anything better. I'll just settle because it's easier. You don't have to deal with me anymore. But all the while you're settling, you're still going to be depending on how strong your purpose is, because I believe all of our purposes are strong. But the further away you tug and war from your purpose, the more struggle you have. And the more uncomfortable you feel. Everybody says, I want to be comfortable, but you don't want to do what it takes to be comfortable. So there's your picture of your glory right there. And this is you looking at it. I don't deserve it. You're dead wrong for saying that. You're dead wrong for saying that you don't deserve something that you were birthed to have. Do you see how that sounds ridiculous? You were birthed to have something, but you say to yourself all the time that you don't deserve it. Why? If the picture was painted by you and by God and your maker, whoever you believe in, that this is for you, but yet and still you always say, I don't deserve it. What a slap in the face. What a waste of sperm and egg. What a waste of fight. What a waste of growth. But guess what? You are not a waste. None of it is a waste. But we have to become aware. We have to become more aware of how detrimental we are to our own selves before we start pointing pictures, pointing fingers at everyone else for contributing to the effectiveness of your belief. Yes, we best ourselves. But someone else that does the same. We base. If you are tired of just living life the mundane way that you've been living it, mundane means not living your purpose, okay? I'm not here to judge what people do. Honestly, as long as you're happy, it's fine. But you can't be completely happy if you're not living your purpose. Trust me. Eliminate the unnecessary things in you first, and everything else will come much more easy. You don't even have to go seek anything out. It just comes. You ever see people who just seem like everything just comes to them, because guess what? They've reached that decision that they're no longer going to hold anybody accountable for something that they have to hold accountable for themselves. It's nice to have an accountability partner, but if you don't have one, you have to do it for yourself. Only time you got help was when you were pushed out, when the doctors tugged on you, or when you were pushed out. That's the only time you had help. Everything else you were on your own doing it. Oh, yes. No doctor had to spank some kids to get their first breath in. It just automatically happened. And from infancy, we've been a work in progress. That's why I do onesies, guys. That is exactly why I do onesies, because I feel like they deserve to have a better start. And while it's cute and fun to, like, coddle them and see how cute their little cheeks are, and we throw them up in the air and feed them and burp them and just make them smile and have them comfort you in your lonely time. But at the end of the day, at that point, we need to start teaching them. I saw on TikTok a 3-year-old cooking. I was so overjoyed. That junk made my heart feel so good. 3 years old, had their little cooking. Cooking. Of course, the parent was there, but that's the point. The parent was there instilling survival skills at 3 years old. Instead of goo goo gaga, let's play house and tea. They were teaching them survival at that age, or are teaching them survival at that age. By the time that child is 5, they will be able to cook something for the whole entire family. This is what I'm talking about. And so, as I said with the onesies, my future is bright. They may not audibly know how to read, but they will not forget the image of a light bulb, equating to their future being bright. Not broken, but bright. I will be a leader. You speak those words into their subliminal and they'll remember that. Even if they are to follow, they'll still know and have the capabilities of leading and understanding that in leadership, you do have to follow and respect whomever is in charge. Right? They say train up a child. That is why Be the Difference does the different things that it does. It's not all for cutesy and just to be like every other clothing brand and have new this and new that all the time. It has nothing. It's about sinking in those messages until we get it right. Until we no longer are blaming everyone else for our flaws. Perfect shirt, right? I didn't even realize I put it on. Over oppression. When are you going to be over oppressing yourself? When are you going to hold yourself accountable? When will trivial things no longer be important, but the purpose of your life more prevalent? When? When will we start respect everybody's hustle? Part of respecting the hustle of anyone else is sharing and highlighting all the good things that they do. To perfect strangers, like how I'm going to say, segue, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook under BTD LLC, or click on that pin up there. Yes. Ooh, we have a member We have a member, and it's Ron Weasley. Hey, Ron and Dorcas fams. We must hold ourselves accountable. Yes. Yeah. All of us have flaws, yes. But guess what? Your flaws can be at a minimum, or your flaws will be overshadowed by your purpose. Because it won't be important to figure out what your flaws are. It's just your purpose is so prevalent and is beaming out so much that that's what everyone sees and wants to see and continuously want to see. I don't just do things just to do them. It's a purpose for everything that is done. And I understand that this right here can kill, destroy, or help to live. And I always choose life over death because I'm scared of death. Who wants to die? Who wants to be in a casket? Or even still, who wants to kill somebody while they're still alive? You know, that spirit, that's what I'm talking about. Who wants to kill somebody's spirit? Man, I think that's like that and murder is like the highest form of killing that you could do. You kill somebody's spirit, man. Some people don't recover. Who wants the guilt of that? Who wants to be told that when we're being judged? Like, guess what? Yeah, you did all these great things, but you killed somebody's spirit knowingly just because you couldn't tame this. Because this was still hurting from your childhood or some type of trauma that you went through in your life that you never addressed. I will never, ever stop believing that we are a majority of peaceful people. And we majority collectively want love, to be loved, and to love. But if we don't start working on letting go of that self that has been an irritating fungus growing for too long, or infection that's been growing too long, that's turning gangrene to the point where you almost have to cut it all off. Get this right, y'all. Get all of this right. Because you know what? And how everybody knows when everything is right? Because out of here will be nothing but love, peace, understanding. Hey Raymond, how you doing? Good to see you. Whenever we could do good, the enemy is always next to us. Keep doing good and don't give up. That enemy. That's when you know you're doing good. You know how like they say you pray for your enemies? You should. Because eventually your enemies will no longer be your enemy anymore. They either come or go. But it starts with you. It starts with you first. It starts with you first. I need to use my mouth more. We all do. But you got to let go first. Before we go around saying anything to anyone else, you got to let go first. You got to let go of you first. You got to let go of those things that destroy first, because in the end, you end up destroying you and you pull everyone else with you. We're supposed to be elevating, not pulling down. That's how powerful you are. You see what I'm saying? Now you understand? That's how powerful we all are. We can either take people down with us or bring people up. Mm. Hey Andrew, how you doing? Good to see you. Gangsta Mochi, how you doing? So what do you want to do? You want everybody to feel good with you in your nasty ways, in your broken spirit, just to soothe you along, but yet and still you're still in hell and you're still in danger of losing your purpose. And once that's done, you're just gonna just live and have points of happiness here and there, but it will never amount to anything as much as your purpose. It will never amount to anything because you're always gonna just want to keep on destroying and tearing up because you just refuse to work on here. 36 minutes. I'm learning how to curve your tongue. Yes. And you know, the funny thing, the thing is, the fact that we can literally kill a spirit, that junk is heavy. Just because of that. Even if we think somebody deserves, don't we all say karma will take care of it? Don't you believe in boomerangs? You throw that boomerang out, it may hit somebody, but when it comes back like a knife and it cuts you deeper than anything else. Now you both have to recover, but yet they'll recover better, maybe stronger than you, and you'll see them doing better than you. All because you did not want to work on this. And all the more you're hating that person when it's you who you're upset with. Hmm? At the end of the day, it always falls back to you. We can throw jabs and we can make fun. I mean, these are things that we literally do sometimes to cover up the real problem. We can purposely do stuff, you name it, because we've all have done it. But at the end of the day, when you lay down, whether it was someone or not, your kid, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever the case may be, whoever you're next to, you're still going to be alone. And it's going to be replaying in your mind. You're not following your purpose. Yeah, but it's everybody else's fault. Yeah, but it's your fault because you never worked on you. How is it my fault if I never worked on me when everyone else did it to me? Well, even if everyone did it to you, think about all the things that you've done to others that they're working out and they decided to work out because of you. We got to stop this cycle. Hey, fine as wine. How you doing? Good to see you. And whatever you believe in, when you actually physically die, you're going to be held accountable. Who wants to be held accountable for seeing the remainder of another person's life because of what you contributed when you were supposed to contribute something else? And then you get the parallel of what your life could have been if you just simply worked on yourself. And that picture that you painted will just be that, a picture. But you'll see all of the great things that could have happened in that picture had you participated in coloring the lines or even going towards it. Hey Nicole, how you doing? Good to see you. So guys, I challenge you to one, continue to look at things that you want to manifest. Two, remember the picture that you see. I don't care where you are in your life. If we were birthed to have something, you're still entitled to it. Get your life right. Get your mind right. Get that soul right so that you can actually get to the things that was meant for you. Things that were meant for you. Sorry, bad grammar. I'm good, trying to stay cool. Everybody's doing good. That's good. We have 41 minutes. Guys, in about an hour or so, I'm going to be on Information Man Show. It's on the community tab. Just join. Just to support him, and more than anything, come and support him. I don't know. It should be interesting. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but I hope at the end of the day that people are encouraged. You know what I'm saying? And that I don't do anything to hurt anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because like Books and I were just talking about, this right here, I don't ever want to be the killer of anybody's spirit. That's just, I don't even think I could recover from that if I killed somebody's spirit just because of I couldn't tame this, because of this wasn't right. Knowing good well, we all should know better. And if we've been practicing religion for so long, we should know better. So maybe we should stop practicing and actually do. Put that thing to work. Chosen love. So guys, hopefully you'll be there. Hopefully you've been encouraged to look inwardly instead of outwardly. And that you'll never forget how powerful you really are. If your childhood has been plaguing your current state of mind, let that thing go. We all deserve to be free. And if we can't be free here, we're really just going to be living in the world. You know what I mean? If it's something that happened in a relationship with their parents, I don't know. You know, whatever's the first thing that comes to mind is something that you need to correct, because there's plenty of things. So many things will come to mind. Whatever the first thing is, start to work on that. You deserve it. And the world deserves to see the purpose that you were created to be. You guys are beautiful and amazing. There is no mistake about you. There is no mistake about you. We all have an opportunity to be the best versions of ourselves. This is why we get the opportunity to wake up every day. This is why we get the opportunity to see each other, because it's not for nothing. There is a reason why. Hey, animal lover, how you doing? Is it Mrs. yet? Mrs. Animal Lover, how you doing? Oh, he's here. Hi, Information Man. Animal Lover. It makes me wonder if some people own a mirror, they don't see themselves. But you know what? People start to see themselves through your actions. So if you are becoming whole and living your purpose, that might be the example set that they need to see in order to reflect that, man, there's something wrong with me. Ooh, that rhymed. Did you see? That's why when we get ourselves right, it's an effect. It's a domino effect, because when you get yourself right, other people want to get themselves right. When you start talking, it should be for you and for others to be like, oh, I'm inspired. Again, the bad things will become more minimal, and you'll be able to flow in your spirit more. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got married last month. Yes. Can I see pictures? Can you email me pictures? I want to see. I always want to do better. I know that's right. And that's what we should want. That's what we should desire. So always want to do better. I just want to see pictures. You can email info@bedifferencellc.com. And congratulations. Congratulations. And may this love last and be even more happy than you have ever, ever, ever envisioned. Because guess what, guys? Remember that picture that we were talking about before? Animal Lover is getting a chance to live that. And there's going to be imperfections in order for us to get to that picture that we were birthed to have. And don't let those imperfections hold you back. Like I keep saying, maybe it's your childhood, maybe it's a family situation, maybe it's a relational situation, maybe whatever the case may be. But if you get this right, all of the things that were wrong start to become less wrong and matter less. Mm-hmm. Yay! I get to see pictures. And your family, nothing but love and success for your family too. Even whatever you and your husband decide to do for the remainder of your lives, may that be blessed with success. And that goes for all of us. If you are hitting a milestone or doing something new, may there be nothing but success. May there be nothing but peace. May there be nothing but love flowing all through that thing. If it's meant to be. And I think we'll figure out if things are meant to be or not. But for this situation right here, nothing but love and success, because you shared it with us. You know what I'm saying? And anything that has hurt you, may have hurt you in the past, been dissolved, because now you're living in that picture, that promise that you were supposed to have from birth. Y'all start getting the insides right so that you can get your 3 more months, then my grandbaby will be born. Oh, hey, the Flippin' Hustler, how you doing? Good to see you. Flippin' Hustler, he was the first live I had ever seen in my entire life. He was the first live I had ever seen in my entire life. And that's like almost 4 years ago, right? I'm still glad we're still connected. If it wasn't for his live, well, if it wasn't for YouTube telling me about his live after I started following him, see the amazingness of YouTube and how we allow it to work in our lives. You guys, I wouldn't be here. Who knows where I would be? But that's not the point. Point is, thank you, Hustler. I mean, not Hustler. Thank you, Flippin' Hustler, for going live and having your marathon. He was having a 1K marathon, and that was the first live I ever went to. I was like, wow, there are people on here. Wow, there are people who have different accents. Wow. I never knew anything about lives. But if I didn't start working on myself, I would not have turned to YouTube for meditative music. And then that branched off. You see what happens when you flow and you follow your purpose. It becomes bigger than you. Mm. We all have something that we need to do. So if you're not doing it yet, get to it and stop living a dead life. I.e., just stop living. That's what I mean by a dead life. Just living just to live and having like momentary spurts of happiness. You already know how you feel deep down inside. If you don't know, start digging. Start digging out that gangrene and those infections, and put some of that healing salt on top of there so those wounds can heal, so you get new skin, new soul, better soul, an operational soul. Mm. Life will unfold. Anyway, y'all, let me get out of here. So hopefully I'll see you guys around 4:30 on the Information Man Show. Go and set your reminders. The community tab is up there, so you can click on that link and set the reminder. And definitely subscribe to his channel. If you guys don't know each other, feel free to get to know each other. I need to learn to balance work and home a lot. You work a lot. Mm-hmm. Hey, Pen. Hey, Habit. I met a bunch of great people like you, Miss. Aw. Likewise, ditto. If it wasn't for paying money, I wouldn't know you. You see how it is? But hopefully I'll see you guys a little later. Every choice is right or left in life, so we have to choose wisely. Yep. And even if you make the wrong choice, you can still correct that. That's the point of not holding yourself down with that doubt and fear and all that stuff, because you still can rise up every time you have air coming in and out of that, and you believe in your higher power, God or whoever you believe in, that can live through you and work through you despite your flaws. You still got momentum going. And you know what, animal lover, as far as the balance, maybe you are supposed to be focused a little bit more there. I don't know. It's just a theory, a thought idea. I don't know. You don't know who may need you, but it all ends up balancing itself out. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, unless maybe it's time for you to focus on something that a personal goal that you've had. I don't know, but not everything is a bad thing. But if it comes up that you need to focus on it, then maybe, yeah, balance is something that you have to figure out what to balance more or less, or what does balance really mean? There's so much you can think of. There's so many different directions you can go. You know what I'm saying? It's deeper than just the surface of everything is deeper than just the surface of what we think. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You'll figure it out though. But whatever you do, enjoy it and make sure you're pulling people up with you. And look, guys, too, if people come above you and shine above you, so what? You just help them propel to what their purpose was supposed to be. So you played an intricate part. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely. Not one of us needs to have the spotlight all the time. I.e., because then we'll become like some of our favorite politicians, eh? And our favorite entertainers, eh? Hmm? Don't get lost in the light that really is not light. Anyway, over 60 hours a week, dang, you're never home. You are never home. Well, I guess for now, until you can lessen your hours, think about who you can encourage and inspire during those 60 hours. I don't know. Ooh, you learned to be a great cook? All right now. Shoot. Hungry mouths. And I know at my job, I often wonder, like, what am I doing here? And then I remember it's not about me. And when the right time comes for whatever happens in the future, it's the right time. But you don't know who you're encouraging and who you're helping to lift up just by you being there and only you. We all carry these loads, but sometimes we have to learn how to carry them and how important it is to carry them and how blessed we are to be the ones that are able to carry them. You feel me? That's why I say it's so much more deep than what we think it is. So keep on working on this right here. So out of this comes nothing but peace and love. You can follow me on every platform at B as in boy, T as in Tom, D, LLC. I want to grow my channels to 10K. It's a personal thing that I want to do. So feel free to follow me there. Oh, thank you for becoming a member. Hey. It's just a personal thing. There's no real strategic reason as to why. It's just I want to. It's kind of like how you want to wake up one day and you say, well, I want to get ice cream. You don't have a reason why you want ice cream. You just want it. So it's kind of like the same thing here. If you want to get any of my books, you can go to the BeTheDifferenceLLC.com, and I'm sure it's tagged in that pin above. And I don't know. I'll see you guys hopefully at 4:30, less than a little bit of time from now. But remember, the power that you have and possess, make it worthwhile. And I'm around almost every day on YouTube for episodes of Hello World. People choose what kind of life they wanted, but some work really hard, but still struggling. It's different when you're really blessed. You know what, Habit? No one is ever lucky. No one is ever lucky, but you're right. We all are blessed. We all are blessed. We all are blessed, but it's about us walking into that blessing sometimes in order to get it. The life that I'm leading now, I had to work hard at. There was so many things I had to give up and sacrifice in order for me to be where I am right now. It has never been easy for me, but the reward that I'm getting now is because I worked on it back then. There is happiness for all of us available. And sometimes you're right. If we don't choose that we are worthy enough to be happy, then you're right. It may seem like luck, but it's not. I guarantee you, all of the roads that we walk have a lot of bumps, have a lot of craters, have a lot of holes. But if we allow ourselves to heal from some of those long-standing hurts, those long-standing do not cross. Just like how the roads can be outside, they can be repaved and smooth as a baby's booty. Was smooth as a paved, freshly road. And then as smooth as a paved, fresh road that has lines in it. Then a light bulb comes on. Then the crossing walk comes on. Then you got beauty all around you. But we have to start from here first. It has to. It has to, because that's the only thing that can be effectively changed is if we start from the inside, then everything will flow out. So yes, everyone is free to have that freedom. We just got to choose it and believe in it and walk in it and not give up. You feel me? When persistent meets opportunity, the result is perceived luck. There is struggle, believe that. Yeah. You got this, Habit. You got this, no matter what. Never give up. Believe that you deserve everything that you were birthed to have. You got to believe that. And that's the first thing. You start working on whatever it is that needs to be worked on. And I guarantee you, those pitfalls and those lessons that we think we have or that we say we have from other people when it's really us, it won't be a lesson, will be a blessing. Ooh, you deserve it. So until we meet again, guys, my name is Joy from Be the Difference Clothing. Do not give up, whatever you do. Do not give up. Do not let up. Do not be bothered anymore. But just let go of you and all of those flaws that have been holding you back. And I guarantee you, you'll see whatever it is that you didn't think was possible. Well, I'm signing out on another episode of Hello World. Don't forget, never forget